What's good, YouTube? Omar here, and I almost forgot I almost thought I'd forget how to introduce myself because it's been that long. It's been a hell of a long time. I can't even tell you how long it's been since the last time I made a video. But I'm back here on YouTube. The season, of course, I come into the MLB season 6 days late, but it's not like the Mets are 6-0 and I'm showing up, in a beautiful time. I'm not. We all know how the Mets have been doing. So I'm not really gonna go into why I haven't made a video in a long time. I just haven't. I mean, it's been school, been baseball, been a lot of things, and I just haven't had the desire to make a video. Didn't have the desire to really make many videos on basketball, and that's about it. So, speaking of basketball, the Knicks are out of it. If you're a Knicks fan, you're watching this video right now. It is April 8th. We just lost yesterday to the Heat. I mean, not the Heat. Sunday we lost to the Heat. This thing is over, folks. Anyway, let's get down to this point of this video. The Mets got a quick hate series video for all you Braves fans out there that, honestly, let me give it to you straight. Now, before the season, of course, I didn't come on here and make my predictions, but before the season, I was telling my friends that I expected the Mets to finish in third place behind the Nationals, 1, and the Braves 2, with the Phillies 4 and the Marlins 5. Now, no, I'm not saying that the Mets are going to end up with a better record. I'm not saying that the Mets are better than the Braves. But what I am saying is that the Braves fans are caught in this mirage that you're a championship contending team. That you're up there. Look at the Braves lineup. You got the ever inconsistent Uptons, the brothers. Last year it was just BJ that was inconsistent, but early on so far this year, although I give him the benefit of the doubt because it's very early, even Justin Upton's been struggling. And it's not that they're bad defenders, but it's not like they're at a level where their defense makes up for their problems at the plate. Freeman, he's on my fantasy baseball team. He's a great player. Can't get me wrong, it's a great player. Okay, Hayward, he's nice. He's good. He's a talented young outfielder. Now the problem starts. The Braves are not as good as their fans and maybe even themselves think they are. First of all, your rotation is garbage, and we're going to expose that in this series. What we got tonight is Bartolo Colon against Aaron Harang. They're calling it the AARP matchup. I got a kick out of that. Being that they're both very old, but very, experienced veterans. However, that being said, Colon is better, and I fully expect the Mets to win tonight. I'm not sure the other two pitching matchups, but just off the top of my head, we're going to have Wheeler pitching and Mejia, who you Braves fans probably don't know how he pitched in his first game, but if he pitches anything like that against you guys, instead of against whoever we're playing this weekend, the Reds, with Bruce and Votto and Phillips and those boys, we're going to be in for a W. As far as the Mets are concerned for the first 6 games, I'm not happy. Now, we take 2 or 3 from the Reds, and I've always said that the two things, if you would, but I kind of combine them into one, that a baseball team needs to do to be successful. First of all, you got to play series to series. You got to focus on taking at least 2 of 3 in each series. Just focus on 2 of 3. Just like when you're at the plate playing baseball, you don't go up there trying to hit a home run every time. It's okay to get a single. It's okay to go the other way. It's okay to move the runner up. You don't have to go out and get a sweep of every series. You just got to focus on at least taking 2 of 3. And of course, you're going to lose some series, but you got to not get swept. You got to avoid the sweeps. And the Mets have already not avoided the sweep because they got swept in their first series of the year against the Nationals. I won't even really get into that series too much because I'll just end up ranting, but I mean, the bullpen blew it the first game. We had a lead in every single one of those games. We just, bullpen blew the first game. We couldn't hit in the second game. and we just downright lost the third game. Same old things are happening for the Mets so far this season. The offense scores in 1 or 2 innings. Like they seem like they're there for 1 or 2 innings of the game. Any random 2 innings, pick any two, and the rest of the 7, it looks like we're just over. I mean, just a college team up there. I could run on the lineup. Lagares is playing really well. David Wright's David Wright. You know, he hasn't gotten a hit in a while, but he's fine. Granderson is starting to show some of that pop. Ike Davis with the walk-off grand slam the other day. That was great. We could be 1-5 right now if it wasn't for that. And the replay, that was clutch. I gotta say, this replay is really something that I completely and totally approve of. It's one thing to have the purity of the game, but I'd rather get the call right. And the call is supposed to be right. It's just the way it should be. If you can get something right instead of getting it wrong, why would you get it wrong if you can just get it right? We have the technology, might as well put it to use. Honestly, I didn't think the Mets would do as well as they did against the Reds, but they pitched well. They hit okay. Last game we lost. We didn't hit well at all. But hey, I mean, 2 out of 3 against a team like the Reds is a good thing. Brandon Phillips had a great series against us. He was just knocking. Votto struggled. But our starting pitching's been looking great. Our hitting's been iffy. Our bullpen's been, for the most part, except for a few guys, Valverde included, is on the good list. Valverde, Farnsworth, they're on the good list. The rest of them pretty much on the shit list, especially John Landon. Parnell's out for the season. It doesn't really concern me because I like Valverde as a closer anyway. I think he's better than Parnell. And I don't know. I haven't been on here in a while, so I don't know which Braves fans still making videos, but I know Sports Alive and the ATL, if you're still making videos, that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. But the Mets will take this series. I know tonight is a very special night for the Braves. They're doing I'm not sure what anniversary it is, but it is the anniversary of Hank Aaron breaking Babe Ruth's home run record. And even though he was a Brave, I forever say that Hank Aaron is the home run king until he's beaten by a legitimate player and not Barry Bonds hyped up on steroids. There's a lot of things I could talk about in baseball and any sport because I haven't made a video in so long. But just to address Derek Jeter, that's, of course, the biggest news going around baseball right now ever since he announced that this was his last year. You don't have to be a Yankee fan. You can be I hate the Yankees with a passion, but you gotta love Derek Jeter. He personifies baseball. He really does. He's a winner. Can't knock that. He's won games. He's clean. No steroids or anything, and just all around just a legend. And it's gonna be kind of strange and very weird to think of the Yankees on opening day without Derek Jeter next year. That's basically it. Mets take 2 or 3 in this series at least. A sweep would be great, but as I said, you don't have to go for the sweep every time. Let's just try to take 2. All right, peace.